Today, Juneteenth, marks 158 years since the emancipation of enslaved African Americans in Texas. Most across the country were freed 2 years before, but news slowly spread, even more slowly, to Indian Territory here in Oklahoma.
Right, so slaves in the 5 tribes were not set free until a year later, now called freedmen. KOCO's Megan Mosley is here with us in studio now. And Megan, while slavery was abolished within the tribes, many freedmen descendants are still fighting for rights that they say were promised back in 1866.
Well, guys, in 1866, following the Civil War, each of the 5 tribes entered into treaties with the U.S. that addressed the status and rights of freed slaves and African Americans living among the 5 tribes. While the treaties are unique to every tribe, each one state's freedmen and their descendants will have all rights of Native citizens. I sat down with 4 freedmen descendants who described the past and present fight for full citizenship.
I am a Seminole with black blood. I have no problem with that. But they have a problem with me.
This is Lietta, a Seminole freedman descendant.
They look at your skin, and if it's not what they want it to be, they do not want to be classified as a Negro tribe.
So what is your current fight right now within the Seminole tribe?
Full citizenship. For them to abide by the 1866 treaty, they say that the United States is not abiding by it. They're not either.
Late 1890s and early 1900s, they started the allotment process.
Dating back over 150 years, how do you even know you're related to a freedman?
They had to prove that they came here and were part of the tribe. So a lot of these are records with them trying to get on the rolls, the Indian rolls.
Odell is referring to the Dawes Rolls, a list of members of the 5 tribes between 1898 and 1914, and included the tribe's freedmen.
These have to answer questions, about their mom, their dad, where they lived, what they did, so it's very important for the genealogical records of these former freedmen here in Oklahoma.
Right now, the Cherokee Nation is the only tribe that grants full citizenship to all freedmen descendants.
For the other tribes, unfortunately, they have not embraced the freedmen descendants. Cherokee Nation, an amazing tribe. I'm grateful to be a part of it because they have embraced us as citizens.
Melissa Payne, a liaison with the Cherokee Nation, says after a 2017 federal ruling, the courts upheld the Treaty of 1866 and reaffirmed Cherokee freedmen as citizens. Something Chief Chuck Hoskin Jr. is proud of.
Our experience of the Cherokee Nation, our treaty is unique. Every treaty is unique, but our experience of the Cherokee Nation is that we're a bigger and stronger and I think better tribe for having confronted that dark chapter of our own history.
But each tribe has made its own decision about who can qualify for citizenship. And right now, 2 freedmen descendants of the Muskogee Creek tribe are fighting for citizenship in tribal courts.
They're fighting today, and they're just not fighting the tribes. They're fighting for their right to be heard and their history to be included in textbooks.
An organization, the descendants of freedmen of the 5 civilized tribes, have taken the fight all the way to Washington, D.C. to push for all 5 tribes to recognize the rights granted to them in the 1866 treaties.
This is our legal right. This is our heritage.
We still are not full citizens. We're treated like second-class citizens. We have no voice in this nation that we belong to.
But the Seminole Nation Chief Lewis Johnson claims their freedmen descendants are recognized.
What you say, full citizenship, what is that? That's a term that's just recently begun to be used for the purpose of getting a message out.
But Lietta says her tribe has failed her, saying while she's considered a citizen, she doesn't receive the same health care, education, and housing the tribal members by blood do.
Our cards say freedmen across the top. No Indian blood. And on the back of the card it says voting privileges only.
The freedmen in the Seminole Nation have representation on the legislative body. They can vote in all the elections as freely as they want, and they can obviously voice their voices at different levels of tribal government.
But Lietta says that's not enough.
We got a card, we're citizens of this tribe with the card, but you're not a member. So they play on words. So I call it a new way of using Jim Crow by playing on the words.
Lietta says she, along with many others, will continue to fight until they are fully recognized in their tribes.
Because I'm fighting for myself and my children and my children's children and all the people that voted me in this seat. I stand and fight for them as well.
Choctaw and Muskogee Creek Nation's chief declined to provide a comment for our story. The Chickasaw governor did send KOCO a statement saying, in part, the Chickasaw Nation has a consistent record of abiding by all applicable treaties, laws, court decisions, and regulations concerning all matters, including citizenship.